Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the best sets of Smash Ultimate in 2022. I picked my top 10 sets, but what I've really done is I picked 25 sets that I want to mention, but we're just going to be going in depth at the top 10. So let's start off with Mars vs. Cola at Genesis, Hikaru vs. Bloom at UFA, Ball vs. Kome at Japan 24, Abadongo vs. Proto at Kaguribi, Cola vs. Light at Summit, Jazo vs. MVD at DreamHack, Shootone vs. Sakurai at Wanted, Shootone vs. T at Winners, Acola vs. Yoshidora at Mesuma 10, Bloom vs. Gluto at Colossal, Riddles vs. Sonics at CEO, Riddles vs. Light at Big House, Onin vs. Leo at SmashCon, Karama vs. Tweak at Port Priority, and Riddles vs. Leo at the Scuffed World Tour. And the rule for this list is everyone can only be on this list once, so basically like Tweak and Leo, the Tweak Leo clause is what it's called, can't be on this list more than one time, because that would just be lame. They'd populate most of the top 10 because every time they play it's a banger. So each head-to-head could only be on this list one time, and the first set that we have in the top 10 is Proto versus Leo at Smash Summit 4. Now, there's a lot of context behind this one, just because, like, this was kind of the first time that I think a lot of people saw Leo ever bleed. Because obviously Leo has lost tournaments before, and he's had bad placements, but it had been so long since he got out of that top 2, and this was the set that sent him out at a 4th place, which isn't even top 3, it's top 4, which is like, boo-hoo, but for Leo, it was a huge deal. This was a huge upset, and also kind of started this, like, little rivalry that we have going where, like, Proto is one of the only players that can consistently beat Leo and has a positive record against him in the 2022 season. It was just, like, a super sick set overall. Up next is going to be Light versus Acola at Smash Ultimate Summit 5. This set was an absolute banger, and the context behind it is just so cool. You have Acola, who's been absolutely dominating, destroyed everyone at the Invitational, and he comes here again to the US, and Light gets his run back against him. And the way that Light played this set was just like, it showed that he did his homework, which always makes me so happy to see. Like, he had a ton of practice. He knew what he was doing. He recognized Acola's patterns so well, and it kind of felt like a boss fight in the way Light was playing it. Like, he would just made out these very specific options. He would only punish when it felt necessary, and Acola would still blow him up with these insane combos. And I think it showed a lot of people that Steve is definitely beatable. Like, people were having their doubts. They were worried about this character, but like, Light showed like this is not a good matchup for Fox, and he still figured it out. Granted, that's kind of what Light does, but this set was overall absolutely incredible. Such high level of play as well, and the run back was it was marvelous to see Light work his magic. Up next is going to be Spargo versus Midas at Low Tide City. This tournament was unreal. We had Spargo making it the entire way through the losers bracket to win the whole thing, but Midas was the one who sent him down there in Peach Cloud, by the way. But Midas just played this set surgically. His parry game was on point. His movement, as always, was incredible. His combo extensions were unreal, and he just looked so good. And obviously, you have Spargo, like, the king of reactions. His spacing is incredible. He is so quick, but Mute slows him down at such an insane level that I feel like I've never seen anyone else do. His tempo control over the set was absolutely unreal. The way Mute moves, it is mesmerizing, and in this set, he is so good against Spargo, weaving in and out. And then you still have Spargo, like, exploding people at zero, getting these insane reactions, hitting things that basically only he can hit. And the context of it is just really cool. You have Midas always making these insane runs against these super top players. Like, it feels like Midas can just beat anyone, and Spargo, even though he lost to Midas, still making that run back, giving that context is always just a hype thing. Up next is going to be Ouch versus Luis at Mainstage 2022. This set is one of the best sets in Smash Ultimate history. Both of these players are explosive. They will go for insane reads. They have crazy conversions. Their clutch sheen is unreal. They are never truly out of a game, and we see that a couple times within this set. Just these unreal conversions that bring it back from the brink of defeat. It's insane. The level of play between them both is unreal, and plus they're just naturally hype players. Like, Luis is incredible, Ouch is incredible, and there's the context of a summit spot being on the line, which always makes things more exciting, of course. But this is one of my favorite sets of 2022, and I think a lot of people would agree. Like, any of Luis's, honestly, 3 sets from main stage against, like, him against Shootone was incredibly hype. Him versus Cola, those are all bangers, so any of those could be chosen, honestly, but this is just the one I chose because it was incredible. Up next is Leo versus Gluttony at Smash Ultimate Summit 5, and between all the Leo Gluto sets, I simply chose this one because of the ending. This Game 5 is one of the best Game 5s in Ultimate. This thing is crazy. It is so good. Gluttony's comeback is absolutely unreal, and he kind of just does that. I still like a Wario thing as well, but Gluttony's so calm, collected. He gets the one conversion needs and explodes Leo, and this feels like one of the only times I've ever seen Leo, like, actually scared. Like, he'll pick, like, a bad option because he fears what Gluttony is going to do. That is not something you see commonly. And then, of course, you just always have Leo. Like, he's slingshotting around. This is one of the first tournaments that we saw him using slingshot a ton, and it's like his movement is is just so clean with it. Like this set is absolutely incredible. Their set in Pound was also in contention for this. Same with Genesis as well. They've had a lot of banger sets throughout the year, but I just chose this one again because the ending is just unreal. Up next is going to be Spargo versus Karama at LSI. This set is cool for one, the story, and two, the gameplay. The story is cool just because you have like Spargo coming back. People don't know if he still has what it takes to be that top 2 in the world in contention for #1 spot. And then you have Karama on the run of his life, playing out of his mind. And you have these two people with a lot to prove coming into this, and they both play with their hearts. It is insane, the amount of insane conversions they get, these crazy reads, these just optimal punishes. It is unreal. Spargo and Karama are both players with amazing movement and amazing spacing, but I've never seen spacing from Karama like I have in this set before. The way he is just placing himself, his little dumb Mario, around these massive cloud hitboxes it's fantastic. It is just such an amazing set. I would highly recommend you watch it. I mean, you should watch all of these sets, but if you had to start with one of them, I'd start with this one because it is quick, it is intense, it's an amazing set. Up next is going to be Spargo versus Tweak in the Main Stage 2022 Grand Finals. This is just a set with like great gameplay and a cool story behind it. You have Spargo in his first open major since like the start of the year or like midway through the year, and he has a lot to prove. And then you have Tweak, who's had kind of a shaky year, his worst one ever. People were kind of downing on him, and for good reason. He's had a couple rough tournaments, but then they both play with such insane amounts of prowess. The way they move around each other is insane. Tweak's movement is just mesmerizing. He is so fancy when he plays. And Spargo, of course, is lightning quick. His conversions are unreal. And Spargo just didn't care the set. He went for things like I've never seen before. Spargo went so deep off stage so many times that it was just like, you never know what was going to happen. Spargo could be anywhere any second. Tweak could kill Spargo with a banana at any second. The amount of just like intense situations that were in this set were just so sick to see. Up next is going to be Ouch versus Shootone at Battle of BC4. This set is amazing. Back and forth, they're both exploding each other. They both have insane conversions, great reads. But that game 5 where Ouch just figures it out is so cool to watch. He body bags Shootone in that game 5. I don't know what happened. I don't know what turned up, but seeing that in a set in real time is always so interesting. It's just like, it's back and forth. They're both brawling. It's really close, but Ouch is slowly figuring it out. And usually people will think Shootone has the favor here. He's the more experienced top player, Ouch the underdog. But in that game 5, he turns everything around. It's destruction. And then also, like, games 1 through 4 are incredible. There's a ton of insane conversions. All the classic good stuff you want from an amazing set. But this was, in my opinion, the second best set of the year. Just like, the level of play is unreal. Now, because I couldn't choose a #1 set because 2022 was just a good year for Smash, I'm going to choose my 1.5 set as Leo versus Spargo at Ultimate Summit 4. Yes, you can call it cheating. I don't care. This set was really good, and the reason I chose this over any other Spargo Leo set is because of the storyline behind it. I love this story. It is Spargo getting his first ever major win, and it's Leo for the first time ever, like, getting knocked, well, not for the first time ever, but for the first time in recent history, getting knocked out before that second place spot. It showed he can bleed. It showed he has stuff to work on, and I think that, like, it was eye-opening to a lot of people. I think they were like, Leo is this unbeatable player, but it showed he does have these weaknesses, and Spargo pushes him to his limit. I mean, to his breaking point during this set. They obviously both still play amazing, because Leo, like, doesn't really play bad ever. He is so good. But Spargo moves so quickly, and this set, they just, like, it's just so back and forth. It feels like one player is dominating, and the other person just rips away that lead so quickly. You can never tell who's going to win a game, and unless you can, because they're just dominating insane. It's hard to put into words how I feel about this set and their sets in general, but just know, whenever Leo and Spargo are on the screen, it is going to be a high-octane, fast action, just absolute banger of a match. And our final set, the best set of the year in my opinion, is going to be Tweak versus MKLeo at Smash Ultimate Summit 5. This set is so good, it feels like 3 sets. Games 1 and 2 are incredible, just this insane set of Tweak being dominant. Games 3 and 4, insane, Leo being just unreal with the bile. And then Game 5 is this slobber knocker of a set. This game, it feels like a whole set because it's just so intense. Every single option matters. Everything is so important. The way they move is like, it's so tense. And then the context of it as well. Leo gets 9th. He misses top 8. He doesn't only miss top 4, he misses top 8. That is crazy. This set is just, it's absolutely unreal. They both play so well. It is just such a sick set, and in my opinion, is the greatest set of 2022. They also had contention for Scuff World Tour and Collision as well, because both those sets were bangers. But yeah, Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know a lot of people probably disagree with some of these picks, but I hope you at least got to see some sets that you maybe forgot about highlighted or just saw your favorite ones being highlighted, because 2022 was a great year for Smash. Even with the unfortunate ending, we have still had an amazing amount of tournaments. Bunch of hype stuff was going on, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Support has been absolutely unreal lately, and let me know what you guys want for future videos, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.